pardon me while I read some stuff that came to me yesterday. Years ago, I always felt that that supernatural was coming to the remnant in God, and that it would come when our world systems broke down. I didn't really have any clarity at the time. I didn't really know much more than that, and I couldn't see how this was coming together. And then last night, and I've been praying for clarity and praying for understanding. And last night, something occurred to me, and I wrote all of this down, so I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so here goes. Remember the parallel in the Bible about, or should I say right now, I feel like this is a parallel time in the Bible to Joshua and Caleb when they were taking and occupying the land that God had given them. I think we're in a cycle of time that's parallel to that. So pardon me, I don't know video editing, so it's going to be a little choppy and I may make mistakes or correct myself, but anyway, here it goes. And I wrote this down. I always felt that we would get the supernatural when we could no longer rely on the natural systems of this world, but I couldn't see any further than that. Yesterday, things became more clear. It's clear that God is expecting us to take a stand and claim the territory that He is giving us. He will expose and tear down principalities that are in all of these mountains of influence. Religious and nominal Christians can't see this, but the remnant is seeing it. And as we know, when these systems come down, they'll be exposed, and we will need to rely on God and His supernatural to take their places. He will need to revive and open our eyes to our spiritual senses, revelation and awareness. We will be revived and set into our callings to occupy when the old comes down. This demolition of evil will be messy. It'll be chaotic. Evil appears to be winning right now because God's exposing their crimes, and He's opening our eyes, and He's letting them show us who they really are and where they actually stand. They don't have our good in mind. None of these high places have our good in mind. And there will be a changing of the guard during this time of chaos. But there is going to be a period of chaos as the people are advancing and taking the land. Okay, here's another thing I wrote. It occurred to me when Caleb and Joshua were given the promised land, they knew that they had to battle the giants that were in it. In order for us to take the land God is giving us, we are going to have to fight for it to occupy. But we know we need Him to revive us and make our purpose clear to us. After we get our personal breakthroughs and assignments, we'll be sent to battle and to occupy the land. Next thing I wrote. Although this may be our season, it's not yet our time until our moment arrives. We will get breakthrough in our moment. A lot of us are weary, we're tired, we're hurting, we're in pain, we're kind of foggy-minded, but we're hidden right now. And all of us are going to have our moment, but our moment, we will get revived by God when it's time for us to step up to the plate. So basically, let me see if there's one more thing I had. Oh, I had this point. I was talking to somebody and she was telling me that her doctors are canceling her. Her doctors are canceling her appointments. They're getting really angry with her because she doesn't want the shot. And they're pushing it. They're actually even getting violent, telling her that she's going to be murdering people if she doesn't get it. And it's very clear that some people's eyes are closed and they just aren't seeing things. And then the remnant's eyes are open. And it's pretty interesting when you look at the people out there and you see that religious Christians, they don't seem to be seeing what we're seeing. But remnant Christians, their eyes are opened and they're seeing stuff. They're seeing the truth. So this is what I want to read too. As doctors reject patients because patients refuse the shot, it's declaring a dividing line. It's a way that God is establishing division in camps and making you choose which side you're on. Because a lot of people, they're addicted to these systems, and these systems are really unhealthy. And if you don't have the strength to break that addiction, God will break that addiction for you. I myself had an addiction back in 2012. And I prayed and said, God, I need your help to break this. And he supernaturally, silently, immediately broke that addiction. I think a lot of these people that are addicted to the world's systems, and one of the systems is big pharma and the medical system, which I believe is fully evil. But people perish for the lack of knowledge. So true medical care is going to have to come in when big pharma and the current medical system comes down. I call it sick maintenance. That's really what it is. So as doctors reject patients because patients refuse to take the shot, it's declaring a dividing line. It's a way God is establishing division in camps and making you choose which side you're on. People perish for a lack of knowledge. As these evil systems come down, God will bring revelation of truth and godly ways to accomplish or achieve what we need. And think about all the mountains of influence. And I'm only going to mention a few here because some are going to slip my mind, but educational system, big pharma, big tech, huge corporations, anything that is huge, influential, and at the top, evil resides there. So anyway, this was my revelation last night, and I could go off on all kinds of tangents, but I'll make other videos for that. I just had to share this because I did see one of my dreams starting to come true, a dream that I had back in 2018, and it really kind of excited me to see that that is starting to happen now when I thought it was a crazy dream in 2018. So anyway, it's something to chew on. I think that's what's happening right now. I think God is expecting us, the remnant Christians, to go in there and occupy the land. It'll be up to us. He will give, the battle is his. The battle belongs to the Lord, but he's going to give us the victory, and he's going to expect us to go in there and occupy until he comes.